Good morning, everyone. This is Jackie with Paper Cuts, and I'm here for Whatever Wednesday, and we're going to be working on this dream album. It's a corrugated cardboard cover, and then it's on a 2-ring binder. So I'm going to put some more pages in here and expand it a little bit on the width with the pages. We'll put some ruffles on it. We'll put some ephemera in it. So we'll get as much as we can done. I took one page out. That's kind of like my template. And then I'll go a little bit further beyond on the pages. But this gives me my holes to punch for the binding. So let's get started on some blank pages. There's not enough pages. I have these large 3-inch rings on it, so I want to expand it fully. So I grabbed a bunch of my scrap papers, and what I did initially on this book was I put an extra strip on the edge where the holes are punched, just to make it a little more secure, because you'll be flipping it a lot. So yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. And basically, like I said, I'm just trying to get some things done. I'm doing a craft fair this weekend and want plenty of books to sell with a bunch of different ideas and whatnot, so that yeah, I just have a little more options for my customer. And so that's what we're doing. I'm just tearing the edges a little bit on the pages here. The other pages in the book that are already there have been torn on the edges. So it's kind of a, what do I want to say? Just, it's a Lori Fusco kind of feel to them. So we'll do those pages. And then we'll get some, I don't know if they're going to be long enough. Yeah, put these maybe in there with some pockets on it or whatnot. So I hope everyone's doing well. And I know that things are starting to open again, which is very exciting. I met some friends last night at a wine bar, and we had a blast. Had some hors d'oeuvres and, of course, some wine, and visited and all of that. I'm just going to tear down the edge on this one a little bit. So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 more pages. So I think that will be enough to make our book a little fuller. And then I have some extra pages over here if we need them. But for right now, I'm just going to move them out of the way. I do need to cut some strips to paste down on the edges. And then we'll be able to put our template on and cut our holes. I'm looking for just a blank piece of paper that I can cut some more little strips to bind this. And I coffee dyed this paper, so it's a lighter coffee dye, but it will work just fine. And I'm just cutting or tearing 1-inch strips, and then we'll fold them and put them over the edge to strengthen them. So it's kind of neat to get out and about. I've been invited tonight to go out to dinner again. Being unemployed, I can't really afford to eat out a lot, but hey, when you get invited, you gotta go. So today, I'm trying to get some things done. I'll need to price all my albums, and I've already figured out my display for my booth. And yeah, so it's all good. I was supposed to record this yesterday, but I was busy printing out business cards and things like that. I think I can get one more out of here without using the holes, because these holes on this paper are not in the right spot. Okay, so I have plenty of strips now, and basically I'm just going to be gluing them on the sides just to strengthen the binding part of the book, so that when I punch my holes and you're flipping the book, it just makes it a little more secure. I just find that when you're doing the ring binders, it just makes it a little more stable. So just made my little flange, putting it over the edge of my paper. I'll tear it off and then move to the next one. Now this one isn't going to be quite long enough, but we can piece this. It's not difficult to do. I'm using art glitter glue, and I find that my art glitter glue dries quicker than most of my other glues, and I love that, except when I make a mistake, then I can't fix it. But anyway, so I'll take another one and just fold it in half and take that bit that I need and overlap it a little bit, and it just adds a little character. This is kind of a hodgepodge journal, but you never know. I do try to keep a, there's page 2 done. I do try to keep a theme going. I'm going to do several pages, and then we'll cut the holes and put some pockets and things on, because I have some ephemera off to the left of me that I picked out of my pre-made ephemera. I didn't get that one on too straight, but that's okay. And this is just how I do it. You know, there's other people that choose to use like thicker card or whatnot when they're doing their ring bindings, but I find that this is a good way to use up leftover scraps and that kind of thing. Now this one, I love the edging on that, so I'm going to bind it actually on this side and leave that sticking out of the book a little bit. My desk is just not big enough, as you can see. I'm always struggling to find space, but it works as good as it can right now. My other craft table is much longer. I think it's 8 feet instead of the 6 feet, and it's a little wider, so the things that I put on my desk sit back a little bit, but it's packed, so, and it's going to stay packed. I find that the longer it takes me to move, the more unpacking I'm having to do, which is extremely frustrating. But is what it is. This one I'm going to piece because I don't want to waste my little strips. And I've got plenty over here. So we're just going to keep going until I don't have any more strips, and then I'll cut and do the rest of the pages off screen. It just adds some character to the pages, and got one more. I have a flip up that I did for another book, and the book ended up being too narrow for the flip up, and I want to use it in here because I think it would be perfect. Hope you can see me. I'm a little bit off screen. Move it up here a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm just lining them up at the edge. Oh, 6. We have 6. And then I'm going to take my template and just kind of put over it. And then just mark where I want to punch my holes. Now, I do have a 2-hole punch, Tim Holtz, that I usually use for this, but again, lots of things are packed away, and that's one of them. So, I'm just gonna mark my holes, and then we'll punch them. And now that I moved it, doggone it, I have to put it back and make sure they match up. That one goes up just a little bit. Nope, down just a little bit. There we go. Okay. This top one must have some glue on it because it keeps sticking to the base. So now I'm lined up. You could use some clips to hold your paper together, especially if you're hand punching your holes. But I'm just holding it. So now I'm just going to punch my hole. And I did 3 sheets at a time. Okay. And then we'll do the rest. This one's going to be 4 sheets, so it might be a little tougher. But we'll see. And then we'll decorate the pages and then put them, decide where we're going to put them in the book. Oh yeah. 4 just puts it over the edge, I think. Yep. So we're going to have to just do 3. And then we'll do that last one by itself. Oh, this one doesn't want to punch at all. It probably is because the glue's still a little moist, but because I've already indented it, I should be able to get through 2 and then the others. Yeah, the glue's still wet, so it doesn't want to punch. I don't know why that is, but paper doesn't. Okay, well. Wow. Okay, let's see if this one will do it by itself. No. Did I break my puncher? I sure did. It's cattywampus. Oh my goodness. It's like this bottom piece shifted. Uh-oh. Now I really broke it, but let's see at least if it goes in the hole. No. Okay, well, now we have a total catastrophe. I'm going to stop the video. Okay, that was a catastrophe. I'm sorry about that. My hole punch broke, which, it's an old one, so, you know, that does happen. I only have a small hole punch, but I was able to roughly cut around them. I'll just have to put some, oh, what do you call it? Reinforcers on it. But anyway, our pages are good. So they all have their holes now. We can embellish them a little bit. So I had told you I have off to the left a bunch of embellishments that I have a box that as I make different things, I color coded it and I put them in that box by color. And then when I go to make an album, here's the tags we did on Monday, then I can just pull some embellishments and make them. So here is the flip up that I made for another book and I want to put in here. It's got a Tim Holtz, it's a guest check and a little tag with a corner pocket of book page. And so I'm just going to glue it, and I want to stay clear of the holes so that it can flip up on its own. So we're probably, well, we're not probably, we are going to just glue this down. And then we have a fold up. And that will go just like that in the book. So once we finish all the pages, then we'll figure out where in the book we're going to put them. And then I have another pocket that I had made with some lace and lots of these little tags. It's got a little bird on it. So I'm just going to glue this down to a page, and then we're going to put it in our book, and then we'll put our pages into our album. And then we have a cute little pocket. And then I have one more large one. This I did with a map, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 tucks, and then you can just clip it in and use the back side if you want. But I was thinking I would just glue it down. But it's a little wider than I want to go, so we're not going to use this one. Let's see. I have this cute little, it's a fold down, and then you can write inside it. It's got a little tag, and then I think I'll make this a little pocket and then put a tag on the back side. We'll go like that. So it's kind of like a secret writing spot. Flip this up, flip this down. You can write in here. You can write in the fold up here, and then fold it back up into a little envelope. So it has a little tag in it, and then we'll put a tag right here. So I have this journal card, blank on the back. That'll tuck right in there. And then this one, I think, well, let's do this one. I'm going to make a little pocket here and then put this tag in it. So let's get some scrap paper. And I think this is like a little card. See if it's wide enough to make a pocket out of. Not quite. So let's see. I have another piece in here. That'll work. We'll just tear a little strip and make like a little tuck spot out of it. Kind of all over the place today. Sorry about that. I'm just tearing it down, and then I'm going to fold it in half to make it nice and secure, like that. So that when you're tucking the card in, this part is nice and secure. So it won't tear apart on you, I guess is the word I want. My glue's all gucky. Sorry about that. I'm apologizing a lot today. Well, some days are like that, right? You're just not quite on the money. I think the hole punch threw me off, right? Oh, glue on the wrong side. Yep, I'm a mess. Okay, saved by the bell. This side is the side I want to glue. And put down. And we're just going to tuck it right up there, like that. So now we have our little spot to put our tag in. That works really well. That's kind of cute. Let's make sure it's down nice and good. Okay. That's another page done. And then we have these 3 pages left. So let's see. I wanted to put a little pocket here. I have this cute little notepad, and then this little notepad, and I thought I could just hook them over like a little belly band. So let's see, what can we make a belly band with? I have lots of papers over here, scrap papers. This was some spattered paper I did, and that would probably make a nice little belly band. Let's see. I want to sure it up a little bit because it's kind of cattywampus. And I'm doing it a little wider than I would do a normal belly band, just because I'm going to be tucking stuff over. I want to make sure it's nice and secure. So I'm just going to glue this together. Getting my ends real good. I think I like this side out. So we're just going to glue this side. Now, because I'm going to put the belly band in between the holes, I can move it to the edge. And then this guy will get glued down on this side. Excuse me. Frogs in the morning till the allergy meds kick in. We have had some really high winds lately, and it's frustrating because you can't hardly do anything. Excuse me. Get a sip of my coffee. So there, I'm gonna just tuck that over like that. And there's another page done. Okay, so we still have a little more ephemera that I want to put in, but I thought since we have like 5 pages ready, we'd go ahead and put those into the book and see if it's starting to get bigger. So here's the front, and I'm going to, I just got some new Esme lace. I'm going to put probably a ruffle along this side, and then we have a tuck spot here. So this page is going to be blank. So I thought we'd put one of the pages in here. And I like this one with the fold out. And as you can see, it's going to stick out a little bit from the other pages, but that's okay because it's kind of a uneven edge. And then we have a picture of a old truck and some animals on a farm. Writing spot here. So I thought we'd take one more here. We'll do this one. And then I'll probably go back in the album and put some other little embellishments along the way. I think I like this darker paper, like right here. And don't forget, we have another 6 pages that we haven't finished yet, so. And then there's a plain page, another plain page. So I thought I'd put one here. Let's do our flip. We'll kind of put that in the middle of the book. Oops, didn't get that one closed. Okay. And then we have a poem, kind of like a little short ledger page. Pink paper. So I think we'll put this one on this side. And I have one more large sheet that I'm going to put towards the back once I get it embellished. Yeah. See, our book is starting to fill up now, which is what I want. Yeah. So that other large page will go towards the back, and then we'll add some of our paper ruffles, our fabric ruffles. Let's see. Here it is. It needs a hole punched in it, but I'm going to use my little hole punch and then stick my scissors in there and cut it a circle, which is not normally how I do it, but oops, sorry, I hit the camera. Didn't need to do that. Alright, so put that one right there. And then I'll take some sari silk and tie around the rings so that they don't look so bare. So there we have it. So this is the side that I want to put a ruffle on. So we're just gonna, I'm gonna do it upside down because of the way the rings are. And I pre-make my ruffles in fabric and in paper because I sew them on the machine. And my machine is out in my garage, so it's not like I can just move it onto my desk. I think this part. So let's cut it right here. And then just gonna glue it down. And I'm being very generous with my glue here because it is the back cover and I do want it to stay. So I'm just straightening out my ruffle and just gonna sit it down like that. And then I'll cut it off. I need a little more glue up here. A little wider. And then we'll just cut it off there. And then just press it down so it's nice and secure. Okay. And then I want it on a couple of my pages. This one I'm going to tear down just a little bit more so that you can see the pages behind it. That's kind of the beauty of these not precise pages. You can just tear wherever you want. And let's see, where else would we like a ruffle? I'm thinking on this plain page, spruce it up a little bit and just add a ruffle right there. The ruffles, when you make them on the machine, I just take little scraps of paper and just do a zigzag stitch. Maybe one of these days I'll take you out to my garage and put you on my sewing machine. Now I'm going to do this one front and back just because it's such a crooked edge page. I'm just pressing it down, and then we'll add just that little bit right up here. Okay, so now we have a ruffle front and back. And then once I get my ruffles done, I wind it around paper so I can store it in my lace bin with my other ruffles. So let's see how it looks so far. There we go. Now this one I'm going to do a fabric ruffle on here and kind of bring it out to the page edge a little bit more just to make the width of my album a little more consistent. And then we'll put a couple more pages in. I think we'll put a little ruffle on this one. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of the points off where I tore it so the ruffle sticks well. And then just glue it along this edge. I love these little paper ruffles. They're fun to make too, which is always good. And put one more on this side. Basically, it's just extending my page a little bit. And I've got a little decor. All right, ladies, we're up to 40 minutes now. I'm going to use the wider part, and then just cut it even. And it just adds a little bit of, you know, hodgepodge to your page. It's kind of cool. And it peeks out, which is kind of cool. So I have this, it's like a linen that I'm going to put on here, kind of ruffle out. So in the end, my book now is much wider. It went from 4 inches to 5 1/4, and I like that because it was a little too short for me. This one, I think I'm just going to trim up this ruffle right here. There we go. Just that little nib was bothering me. Okay, well, I hope you didn't mind the total disaster that I had with the hole punch, and you enjoyed this video watching me work on the dream album. On Friday, I'll show you what changes I've made to it since then, and then we'll do a flip through for Finish It Up Friday. And then that will be another whole journal ready for the show. So thank you for watching. I appreciate your comments. Like if you like this video, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and please check out my Etsy store. Thanks. Bye-bye now.